How can you say that in front of your mother?
God, Pop, seriously, get off it. Come on, you're still young. No, I think you should start going out again.
Now you're Mr. Know-It-All, too.
To tell you the truth, I don't think you're angry at me at all.
I'm not.
You're jealous.
Jealous. Jealous of what? Everything you have is mine.
You're jealous because I can have any woman I want.
Big shot playboy who pays the bills. Without my money, you would still be a virgin.
All right. Well, I bet you that I can seduce the next woman that crosses my path.
That is stupid, childish, and irresponsible.
And now you're afraid to bet me.
Afraid of you.
No, afraid to let your hair down a little. Come on. Hey, we'll make it a sportsman's bet. No money. Come on. You say, Pops is a little bag.
And where was your secretary this morning? You giving away free vacation time? I was dating my 45 in those years, you know. Coming home at night after drinking, pressing it up against my temple or putting it up under my chin, wondering, is this going to be the night that I'm going to have the guts to do it? And I had a round chamber, and I had taken the safety off, the same pistol I had in Vietnam. And I thought, I'm really going to do it tonight. Like, yeah, whoa, I'm really going to do it. Yeah. And my dogs, I had let my dogs out. I had 2 dogs. And they started jumping on the front door and scratching on the front door, and they wanted in. And I put the safety back on my pistol, and I set it down, and I went to let them in. And they were so open in their love for me that I literally said out loud, whoa, if I really want to do this, I can do this tomorrow. And I went back into the room, and I put the pistol in the drawer, and I think that is the closest I came. I think maybe I could have killed myself that night. But something so simple as my dogs wanting back in stopped that thought, you know? I'm really glad it didn't happen, but at the time, it seemed to make so much sense. Who are you to judge me on how I live? Or anyone else for that matter? Don't tell me what I feel for women or what I do with women. You have no right coming into my life based on the little time that we have spent together and assume to know what I feel for women. I was always making excuses for you for years. But now, right at this moment, I realize I don't care anymore. Understand? I just don't care about it anymore. I don't care about you anymore. What a freedom. I don't mislead, misrepresent, or lie to women. To the best of my ability, I'm honest with them, especially around my total inability to be a dependable and responsible partner.
Well, they said that I have communication issues. I just want you to fix it.
What do you mean?
She was hot for me, and she was in love with me.
Oh, well, still lives in the past, don't you, honey?
You tell me, Don.
You're not what you pretended to be.
How are you supposed to keep it up when your wife is always angry at you, and she seems ashamed of you, and she calls you a loser all the time?
Oh, really?
Mrs. Remington, this is highly irregular.
Then let's talk about my mother.
Sometimes she would call me Dad.
And my father.
Barbara.
Yeah, if you can just figure this all out.
Stop it, Walter.
I'm wrong.
Get out!
So, who wants to go first?
Now, this is going to sound a little weird. Your eyelids and that crown running along your forehead, tells me that I can trust you. Listen closely. You are the first. You see that lampshade sitting there next to me? Looks like any old, discarded, lost, shipwrecked, hand-handled lampshade, right? Wrong. It has secret powers. You do not have to believe me, but it's true, and I'll prove it. But first, how I found it. I was just minding my own business, walking down one of my favorite alleys, well, where I live. And that shade there, it began to speak to me. And not even English, but in this mustard-colored, metaphysical, sound warp way that I could just tell said, "Put me on your bed!" Crazy bitch. Wild, happy one day. Sad. Suicidal the next. And always angry. Always mad. Mad at me. For no fucking reason. Say you're little. Oh, Jesus, I don't know. 3, 4. And you screw up. You don't even fucking know how. But the next thing you know, you are eating dinner on the floor with the dog. With the fucking dog. The cutlet or pork chop or whatever, it's lying there on the ground. All you see are her legs. And the beans on the floor, the pasta falling, it's falling on the floor. See that? Fucking funny, huh? Especially if you're 7 or 8, right? In front of all your mother's friends, right? For interrupting the party, for being rude. I'll tell you how fucking funny it is. One of my very best getaways, though, I suppose, was my grandmother, Bertie. My mother's mother, warm, friendly blue eyes. She loved me. I know it. And I especially knew it when she would read Dr. Seuss stories, sitting in her lap, leaning up against her huge and comforting bosom, her arm around me, drawing me close. Even when I was older, 5th or 6th grade, especially if no one else was around, we would read the same stories together, her arm folded around my shoulder. So, okay, what's with the lamp part, you say? That's right, that is the shade that covered Bertie's lamp. The very one that we would sit under, reading Horton Hatches the Egg or The Cat in the Hat. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. An elephant's faithful 100%. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.